All right, we're one move into our 1971 Santa Anita Derby. 3-year-olds, these are hopefuls for the Kentucky Derby. So let's give the race call and let's get going.
Tina Yarrow takes an early lead. Turkish Trousers is right there in second. Kid Awake settles into third. Jim French and Pass Catcher are mid-pack. Run the Gantlet and Good Behaving follow, while Unconscious and West Coast Scout trail the field after the first furlong.
All right, so as you can hear, I've got Trevor Dedman, which I love. I think it sounds great. So a little quick preview. The odds, very evenly distributed race. Tina Yarrow is the favorite. Jim French, who has won another 3-year-old race in our season, are the two to look for. If you're new to TRG horse racing, the cards, which I have displayed at the bottom, will show you there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, an INT, a 1, and 2. So those basically are their running strengths. So if they have big numbers early to the left, they're going to be a front runner. If they have big numbers late, they're going to be a closer. And then below each of those, you have a 2 through 12, which is the dice we use, 2d6, and that'll tell you how many moves they have. Then you add it to the stage of the race, then you divide by 2. Pretty simple. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see, dirt, turf, mud. We have a fast track. We're going 1 1/8 miles, 9 furlongs, and we've only completed the first turn. So let's continue this, and I'm trying a few things, especially the auto announcing, so we'll see how this works. Tina Yarrow staying on the rail. Turkish Trouser now. Going to be just to the outside. Kitty Wake. It's not a very good roll. So the lower the better for rolls. So you want 2s, you do not want 12s. There's an 8, not bad for Jim French. So Jim French, let's see where his card is, super closer, and not very big on the front. So the fact that he's only 1 off the lead is going to bode well for him. Pass Catcher rolls an 8, Run the Gauntlet. Setting to the outside. Good Behaving. 10-1. Surprisingly, 10-1 is the second longest shot on the board. Unconscious goes to the rail, and West Coast Scout. I got a slight issue. Hang on one second. All right, we're back under business.
Tina Yarrow holds the lead. Turkish Trousers stays close in second. Jim French moves up to third. Kitty Wake and Run. The Gantlet are mid-pack. Unconscious and Pass Catcher follow, while Good Behaving and West Coast Scout trail the field after 2 furlongs.
All right, Tina Yarrow moves 9. Again, staying on the rail. Turkish Trouser, 10. Gonna go to the outside. Jim French also moves 10. 10 is, as you can tell, the normal move. Anything more or less is noteworthy. Kid Awake just in behind. Run the Gauntlet, gets a 9. 9 movement, rolls a 9. There's another 9 for Unconscious. Pass Catcher Rolls us 8. Not a big move there, but perfect position. Good Behaving gets 10. He's going to move down. And West Coast Scout, who's also a strong closer. All right, let's see if our update works this time. Yeah, there we go.
Tina Gero maintains the lead. Turkish Trousers stays close in second. Jim French holds third. Unconscious and Kitawake are mid-pack. Pass Catcher and Run the Gantlet follow, while Good Behaving and West systematic.
Okay. So heading down the backstretch now. So Turkish Trousers opens up a nice lead. Turkish Trouser is 4 across the board. So that you can see that 4 roll was really, really good for that horse. Jim French now. Gonna set up just in behind. So Tina Gero, our favorite, is not looking good. Unconscious goes to the outside. Kitawake double ones, that's big. So he's in a 4 path, but he's just a 1 off the lead now. Pass Catcher. He's got lots of traffic issues. He's going to go all the way to the top. Run the Gauntlet. Not a great roll with that 11. Good Behaving gets a nice roll. He's going to tuck into the inside. West Coast Scout.
Turkish Trousers surges to the lead. Kitawake moves up to second. Jim French holds third. Unconscious and Pass Catcher are mid-pack. Tina Gero and Good Behaving follow, while West Coast Scout and Run the Gantlet trail the field with 5 furlongs to go.
So, as you can tell, well, in my opinion, that sounds awesome, especially for a text-based game like this. So I'm pretty happy, but this is ridiculous to get this to work. Not worth the time, I don't think, but don't know. If I stick with this for a while, it will be. I'm really enjoying TRG. I did not like it to start with, but it is growing on me. I have created a new horse racing game. Ron played with me earlier today, Uncle Ron, and he really liked it, gave me some good input, and I hope to put a video out on that soon. Probably just release it for free. I think it's a lot of fun and plays crazy quickly. Alright, let's get back into the race. There's our favorite now. Not a great roll, but still has the inside positioning. So Turkish Trouser is going to be hard to beat. One of these closers could get in there. Run the Gauntlet. Let's look at late kick for Run the Gauntlet. He's pretty even across the board. Or she. That's a B. He. Okay. Alright, so finishes that up.
Turkish Trousers keeps the lead. Kitawake stays close in second. Unconscious moves up to third. Jim French and Pass Catcher are mid-pack. Tina Gero and Good Behaving follow, while Run the Gantlet and West Coast Scout trail the field with 4 furlongs to go.
All right, Turkish Trouser, another good roll. Kitawake now, 11. That's going to put her right off the leader. Unconscious. 7, not bad. For some reason, 5 is actually doesn't fit into the low is best. 5 actually slots a little bit higher. would like to hear why that is, but a pass catcher, our favorite. Now 4 lengths off the lead, good behaving. It's going to pass those horses. Run the gauntlet. It's 10 move, bad roll with the 11. And West Coast Scout. Falling further behind.
Turkish Trousers holds the lead. Kittiwake remains in second. Unconscious keeps third. Jim French and Good Behaving are mid-pack. Tina Jarrow and Pass Catcher follow, while Run the Gantlet and West Coast Scout trail the field with 3 furlongs to go.
All right. Turkish Trouser, another good roll. Oh, Lord. I meant to stop that. Sorry for anyone's ears that are bleeding at this point. Maybe edit that out. You'll never even hear it. I gotta down the stretch in case I do edit that out. You'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, Snake Eyes for the 7 Unconscious, and that's gonna put that horse right in the mix. Lafayette Pinkai. Jim French, dangerous horse. Stays to the 3 path for some reason. Good Behaving's gonna lay off the inside there. Now our favorite gets a good roll. But I think Tina Jarrow's out of this. Pass catcher with a 6. Run the gauntlet to 8. And finally, West Coast Scout.
Turkish Trousers maintains the lead. Kittiwake stays close in second. Unconscious holds third. Good Behaving and Jim French are mid-pack. Tina Jarrow and Pass Catcher follow, while Run the Gantlet and West Coast Scout trail the field with 2 furlongs to go.
All right, shaping up to be a good finish. All right, let's see if Turkish Trouser can continue those solid rolls. So this is a filly, and she does. Excellent roll for her. Kittiwake, so we have 2 female horses up front. We only had 2 in the field, and they are both at the front. Unconscious now. 7, not terrible, but let's see if any of the back markers can catch up here. Good Behaving. Jim French. Here comes Jim French. Tina Jarrow rolls a 7. Could get up for placing, I would think. Pass Catcher. It's a 6. Run the Gauntlet. There's 11 spaces, so creeping in. West Coast Scout. Looks to be out of it. Alright, here's our furlong to go update. So I'm using Grok to process this tote board, and he tracks what's happened. So then I grab the text from that and quickly, using voice attack, excuse me, paste it into 11 Labs, and then it gives us this race call.
Turkish Trousers keeps the lead. Kittiwake is right there in second. Unconscious holds third. Jim French and Good Behaving are mid-pack. Tina Jarrow and Pass Catcher follow, while Run the Gantlet and West Coast Scout trail the field with 1 furlong to go.
All right, here we go. Turkish Trouser now, the roll of the game. 7, not bad. Gonna cross the finish line, so now let's see if anybody can get past. Kittiwake. 8's not gonna do it. Unconscious. 7-1. That's a pretty decent roll. That's probably going to be second, but let's see Jim French now. We have to come from a long way. Good behaving. Can't find a way through. Loses a movement there. Tina Jarrow. So it looks like Turkish Trouser with Bill Shoemaker is going to take this one at 6-1 odds. Finish everyone up. See if anybody else can get up to mess up anyone's superfecta. And we'll get the final race call here.
Turkish Trousers powers to victory. Kittiwake takes second. Unconscious secures third. Jim French finishes fourth. Good Behaving is fifth. Pass Catcher comes in sixth. Run the Gantlet is seventh. Tina Jarrow eighth. And West Coast Scout crosses the line last to end the race.
So I thought that was good. Let's hit this. And I don't think you can see that. It's a pop-up window. So there was the Santa Anita Derby. We'll see Turkish Trousers in our Kentucky Derby, which if this video gets a few likes, I'll post that. And the Triple Crown races for 71. I have the 72 season also. Like I said, this is really growing on me. It's not the prettiest game in the world, but I like it. So Turkish Trousers, 14 to win, 770, 520. Wins 60,000 for that win. Total purse was 100,000. Jim French finishes second, 2 links back. 740, 510. Wins 22,000. Unconscious third. 580 on the show. Wins $12,000. Let's see. Exacta paid 104.40. Quinella 51.40. Trifecta 287, $698. Superfecta, I assume that's a $2. 2874 pays $4,567. Cash your tickets at any virtual window. All right, appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Like and subscribe. See ya.